Hi, I'm Mike Elton. Today we are working on a Samsung dryer, electric. We are going to be replacing the belt, the drum rollers, and the belt tensioner. Okay, here we are looking at the back of the dryer. You take out this screw, this screw, this screw, and this screw, this screw, and this screw. It should pop out something like this. Just like that. Then you want to take this cover off. This will expose your motherboard and your wire harnesses. This whole top's got to come off. So we need to clear all these wires right here. This one was already detached. So we're going to unconnect this one, this one, this one, and this one. Now, oh, there's one more back there. I'm not too worried about messing it up because there's only one way these plug in. So we're gonna have to get a Phillips for this ground, and don't forget that one. Let me get a Phillips for that ground, and we're gonna start taking off the whole top. Go ahead and pop this cover piece off. This is gonna allow you to bring the wire down inside of the unit or into the dryer so you can take the top off. Next, we're going to unscrew these top hinges so we can lift up the back of the top here. When you have these hinges removed, it should come up pretty easy. You have these two little clamps in front that you're gonna have to work around, but the lid should come up like that. It has like little pegs that hold it in place once you have it screwed down. Then come around to the front of the dryer. We're going to remove this screw and this screw, and also going to unplug this cord when we get this screw loose here. So we got the screws out. We're going to lean this forward. This plug right here comes unplugged. I think that's for your light. Yes. Well, it's actually for the door switch. This whole thing should come right off just like that. One thing I forgot to mention is it's really helpful if you give yourself a lot of space. I'm talking about like a driveway, like I'm doing, which is one of the reasons why I have it out here. I got the sunlight for plenty of light, and then I got plenty of space. Now, if your dryer already has a belt on it, like mine, you can cut yours off. But I'm going to just remove mine without cutting it. And since we got to take off the back anyway, I want to take this off of the exhaust part of this so I can access the belt and the pulley. So I'm going to take this out so I can get the belt loose from the pulley. And I'm going to do that right now. So I already took the screw out of that. And let's see if we can show you what I'm talking about. There is the belt right there. You want to pay attention how this belt is run through this thing, because if you don't remember how it's put on there, it's going to kick your ass when you try to remember. So I'm holding it here for a second so y'all guys can look at it. So I'm going to take it loose by doing this number. Just basically just rolling it off there. Yes. There's my tensioner spring, my belt tensioner I'm going to replace. Alright, the next thing we're going to do is I already took out the screws. There's one right there, one right there, one right there, one right there. One was right there on this metal piece, also right there, and one was on this side. But this piece only has 3 screws holding it in. This may not be necessary, but I'm just taking it off just in case it is in my way. Wow. I guess I need 2 hands for this, but ow, I'm gonna have to use 2 hands. Alright, so we got that exhaust piece off. Also at this point, you can probably start cleaning out any lint you have in your exhaust system here. Maybe get a vacuum, get some of this stuff out. It's up to you how far you want to go with it. You know, there's some change right there. So this piece right here, we're gonna, it should slide out just like that. Oh, there's another wire harness. This one is for the dampness sensor, I think. Yes, it goes to a little sensor right there. It tells the machine how dry your clothes is. So getting a nice little pile going there. Then we're finally to the drum of this machine. I think it just pops right out. Now that we got the drum off, we're going to go ahead and replace the rollers. And these have a bolt on the back, and these have a little way you can turn them from the front also. I've never taken one of these off. See how hard it is. Yeah, I think the bolt on the other side is definitely spinning, so I'm going to hold it with my hand while I turn it with the crescent wrench, and I should get it. I'm hoping it does. Just to show you the difference between new and old, here's the new one, here's the old one. Old one doesn't hardly roll at all. New one, it rolls a couple times at least. So that's a good thing that we're changing them out since we got the dryer open. So I got this other one on, and basically you need a smaller crescent wrench, something about this size, to get behind here to hold that nut, while you have another crescent wrench up in front. That's how you're able to get these off and on. But man, they are a world different being new, that's for sure. So it should put a less drag on your motor once you replace all 4 of these, and that's the point, I guess. And the other 2 are going to be on this front piece that we took off earlier, which this one's going to be way simpler because you can see the bolts in the back. So I'm going to put the phone down while I take these off and replace them. But these are super easy. Okay, got the new front ones put on. That makes all 4 of them put on. The next thing we're going to do is move to the belt tensioner and this belt tensioner spring. On this kit I bought, they shipped me 2 new springs, so I just did my best to see which one is which. This is the old one and this one looks the closest to it, so we're going to go with this spring. The tensioner only has 1 screw holding it on. See if I can get a good shot on it. And it comes off just like that. We're going to put the new one on. I'm going to have both hands for this, but you can use your imagination and know how I put this on. And here's a picture of our new belt tensioner on. And then we're going to just put our spring on. And we can start putting things back together. And here's how it looks to have the new spring on. The wire's out of the way, of course. Hope y'all can see that. Okay, so if you're watching this and wondering why I'm doing all the work, I'll tell you right quick. Is a couple months ago I replaced the heating elements in this dryer, which I wasn't making YouTube videos back then. I should have. But I replaced that, and in the process I seen this burr on this belt, and I knew that I only had a limited amount of time before this belt breaks. So I ordered a belt. It's been a while, so when I went to go shopping on Amazon, they had this whole kit on sale for like 30 bucks. So it just made sense to go ahead and get the rollers and the belt tensioner with the belt tensioner spring, and a new belt, of course. And that way I ain't got to worry about this shit for a while. So that's it. We're going to continue putting this dryer together. Next thing we're going to do is get my tool out of the way here, and then we're going to put the drum in position. You know what? This is the part where we're supposed to put the new belt on. That's right. Let me get the new belt. We'll put it on the drum and then put the drum in and have the get the belt ready to go. Alright, so when you slide the drum in, you're going to want the belt around it. Just around it. Not on the pulley or anything. You just want to slide the drum in with the belt like that. So that way we can go through the back here and put this belt on the tensioner. Now it's going to be hard as hell for me to put the camera in there with my hand in there and stuff, so I'm going to pause it for a second, and then I'm going to get the belt on it, and then I'm going to show you what it looks like afterwards. I might be able to show y'all how to get the belt on with one hand. So you're going to have the belt loose, not touching anything except the drum, right? Then you're going to be on top of this pulley, and you just kind of go up underneath it like this. And you go around the motor there. And then you want to make sure it stays on there. Rotate it a few times. Make sure everything lines up and doesn't fall off after you set it. Now the front of the drum is off still, the support of it, so I'm pretty happy with that. I'm glad I'm able to get that on camera for y'all guys. Alright, next we're going to put this piece on. This is the front support of the drum, and the rollers, of course, support how the drum goes in there. These little tabs go in the support bracket. Damn. I tell you what, it's hard working with one hand. Okay. Wow. Alright, so our drum should be rocking and rolling, ready to spin. Just gonna spin it a few times and make sure everything's good. I think we are. I think we're good. So we're gonna get this piece. I got some lint built up. Gonna go ahead and clean out this while I got it out. And then I'm going to put this back on top of here or under here and screw it in. I'm going to put it down because last time I cut the shit out of my hand when I tried to do this with one hand. Alright, after we got this piece mounted, all 4 screws in, we got 3 screws holding this exhaust port in. The next thing I'm going to do, just my preference, not really in particular order, but hey Peppy, what you doing? What you doing? Huh? Yee. How you doing, boy? I forget his name, but he's the neighbor's dog. Hey, how's it going? Alright, so we're going to put this piece in, and we're going to try to line it up with the exhaust, which you should be able to look down the exhaust port here and make sure it's in there. Bam. I'll put that screw right here and that'll be it for that. And now it's time to put the top on. Something like that. There's a way that this kind of just sits on there and it locks into place. And then before you close this, you want to run your wire back through the hole here. Like that. Make sure nothing's in a bind. Then the next thing we're going to do is go ahead and put our hinges on, because I want to secure this structure before I do anything else. Okay, after we got our hinges secure, we're going to put the ground on there. We're going to plug up these wire harnesses. Like I said before, there's only one way to hook these up, really. You can't really mess them up. And then case I need to look at that anymore. The only one I didn't do is this one. That's because it takes two hands to do. And I'm going to put this together. Then we're going to put our cover back on. Like that. And for the last piece, we're going to kind of put the feet in first where they lock in at. Let's see. You see where I'm locking it in at? And then I really need both hands to do this, but I'm just trying to show y'all that the bottom goes in first and those little holes there, the feet goes in the little holes. And I'm going to put the camera down for a second. And bam, we are done with the tune-up of our electric heat dryer. It's not new, it's not pretty, but it's like a new dryer. Very reliable for years to come. And thank y'all for watching. We'll see y'all next time.